Town with an empty glass and the rain coming down. The waitress said, "Boy, you look like hell." I said, "Hell knows me pretty well." There's a matchbook number I'll never call, a faded knife mark in a bathroom wall, a pocket full of change, a tank half dry in a road out west where the oak goes high. I hear those engines from another life, hear my brothers laughing in the night. I can't bring them back, can't make things right, but I can keep their memory alive. I got burned miles behind me, black smoke ahead, a highway full of promises I left for dead. No mercy in the mirror, no peace in my bed, just a flame in my chest where the good times bled. I ride with the lost, I ride with the gone, I ride when the night says I don't belong. They won't take my soul. Burn miles behind, still rolling, still alive. There was a girl with a raven tattoo. She loved the man I was trying to lose. Left her ring on a gasoline can, said you love that road more than any woman can. I watched her tail lights fading to red with 100 apologies stuck in my head. Some men run wild, some men run scared, some men lose everything that ever cared. So I carved a name where the chrome still shines, next to the brothers I left behind. Every scar I own, every bridge I burned is a lesson the road made sure I learned. I got burned miles behind me, black smoke ahead, a highway full of promises I left for dead. No mercy in the mirror, no peace in my bed, just a flame in my chest where the good times bled. I ride with the lost, I ride with the gone, I ride when the night says I don't belong. Let the whole world break, let the cold wheels roll. I got burned miles behind me, but they won't take my soul. I ain't looking for a clean way out, I ain't looking for a crowd to shout. I made my bed on a yellow line with an outlaw heart and borrowed time. When my motor falls quiet, when my hands turn cold, lay my jacket down where the night winds blow. Don't write no sorrow, don't carve no line, just light one match and let the sparks rise. Smoke ahead, a highway full of promises I left for dead. No mercy in the mirror, no peace in my bed, just a flame in my chest where the good times bled. I ride with the lost, I ride with the gone, I ride when the night says I don't belong. Let the whole world break, let the cold wheels roll. I got burned miles behind storm rolling hard through the Kansas night. Turning fence posts silver in the lightning light. Got a pine wood box strapped down behind, and the dead man's words running through my mind. Caleb went quiet in a hospital bed, put his father's watch in my palm and said, "Take me back west where the cottonwoods grow. Don't let them bury me where nobody knows." I said, "Brother, I swear on the miles we crossed, then the machines went still and the room went lost. Now the rain cuts deep and the highway bends, but a promise ain't done till the road finally ends. I got a promise nailed to the storm tonight, a brother riding home in the lightning white, through the black rain falling and the hard wind torn. I won't leave him alone where his blood wasn't born. Let the thunder speak, let the cold wheels roll. I got his last wish burning holes in my soul, till his mother's hands touch what the road carried on. I got a promise nailed to the stone. Hold on, ride strong, carry him back home. The bridge near Wichita was flooding high, state man waving every traveler aside. Said, "Turn back, rider, that water will rise." I looked at that box and I heard Caleb's eyes. Found an old farm road through the mud and grain, rear wheel sliding in the freezing rain. At a boarded up station my motor went dead. I put my coat across my brother instead. The farmer came out with a lantern flame, saw the wooden box, never asked my name. Pulled out his truck and a rusted chain, said, "No son should be kept from home by rain." I got a promise nailed to the storm tonight, a brother riding home in the lightning white, through the black rain falling and the hard wind torn. I won't leave him alone where his blood wasn't born. Let the thunder speak, let the cold wheels roll. I got his last wish burning holes in my soul, till his mother's hands touch what the road carried on. I got a promise nailed to the stone. Dawn came pale by a cottonwood field. His mother stood there with a hurt too real. She touched that box, then touched my face. Said he always said you'd find this place. I gave her the watch, she held it tight. Said it stopped at the hour he left this life. Then she looked at my bike, at the mud and the scars. Said, "You brought my boy through the wrath of the dark." We laid him down where the tall grass bends, beside his father and his childhood friends. When the first clear light hit the wet headstone, I heard that storm say, "Brother, go on." I had a promise nailed to the storm last night, carried my brother home through the lightning white, through the black rain falling and the hard wind torn. I didn't leave him alone where his blood wasn't born. Let the thunder fade, let the son. Roller kept man's word can give rest to a soul. With his mother's blessing and his patch riding on, I kept the promise through the storm. Watching her hand, mud on my chrome. Rest now, Caleb. You're finally home. I turned off my engine, a mile from the house. Walked through the dark with my helmet down. Same gravel driveway, same old oak tree, but 29 winters stood between that door and me. I live with a bottle and my temper high, a baby's cry fading in the back of my mind. Told myself they'd be better without my ways. Truth is, I was too weak to stay. There's a porch light burning like it knows my sin, like someone kept a little hope within. I stood at the gate with a shaking hand, a rusted out rider and a runaway man. Leave a porch light for a runaway man, not because he's worthy, not because you understand. I got a lifetime of sorry, got no excuse, got a heart beating hollow by the years I threw loose. Let the night stand still, let the truth cut deep. I got promises buried that I came back to keep. If that door never opens, I'll still say what I can under a porch light for a runaway man. Light burns low, stand your ground, don't ride away. Turn around. With my jaw and eyes, work shirt dirty, shoulders twice my size. He said, "Who are you?" Though he already knew. I saw his mother's herd cutting straight through. I said, "I'm not here to claim any place or ask you to forgive what you see in my face. I left you a child when you needed a dad, and nothing I suffer can make that less bad." He said she waited till the waiting made her ill, kept that damn porch light on against her will. She passed last spring with your picture near. I lost my legs when I heard that, yeah. Leave a porch light for a runaway man, not because he's worthy, not because you understand. I got a lifetime of sorry, got no excuse, got a heart beating hollow by the years I threw loose. Let the night stand still, let the truth cut deep. I got promises buried that I came back to keep. If that door never opens, I'll still say what I can under a porch light for a runaway man. For a runaway man. this letter in case you appeared. I held that envelope through 30 lost years. You wrote, I hated you, then I let it go. Our son grew good despite what you chose. Don't come back begging, come back standing tall. Be the kind of man he deserved after all. I folded that letter, put it in my vest. Said I won't ask you to call me anything yet, but if your truck breaks down or your roof needs a hand, I'll be right here learning how to stand. Leave a porch lot for a runaway man, not for the leaving but the change in his hands. I got a lifetime of sorry, got hard work to do, got no right to a mercy, but I'll honor it true. Let the dawn come slow, let the old hurt speak. A man can't buy back all the years he was weak, but I'll show up tomorrow and tomorrow again under a porch light for a runaway man. For a runaway man. Porch light burning by growing cold. For the first night in years, I ain't running no more. There's a chapel made of boards outside Santa Fe, with a crooked wooden door and a paint worn away. I pulled and shaking with the sunset red, a saddlebag full of letters I never sent. One for a woman who waited too long, one for a daughter who grew up gone, one for myself when my hands were clean, before I traded love for a running machine. Took out a match and I held it high. I felt 40 hard years staring through my eye. A man can't burn every scar he earned, but he can face the smoke when the pages burn. One last match in the desert wind, for the man I was and the road I've been, for the vows I broke, for the hands I lost, for the miles I bought at a terrible cost. Let the flame rise up, let the black smoke roll. I ain't burning memories, I'm freeing my soul. When the ash falls down and the night rolls in, I'll ride lighter with the desert wind. Burn slow. Let it go. Desert wind. Carry it home. I found a small cross in the chapel dust, someone left behind when they ran out of trust. I ain't been praying since I was 19, but I held that wood like it knew what I mean. Outside my old bike coughed and shook, same as my hands when I opened her book. A little girl drawing in purple and blue said, "Daddy, come back, I've been waiting for you." The ink had faded, but the words cut clean. No highway ever ran as far as me. I put that drawing inside my vest, said maybe old sinners still get one test. One last match in the desert wind, for the man I was and the road I've been, for the vows I broke, for the hands I lost, for the miles I bought at terrible cause. Let the flame rise up, let the black smoke roll. I ain't burning memories, I'm freeing my soul. When the ash falls down and the night rolls in, I'll ride lighter with the desert wind. I burned every letter but the one with her name. Some fires release you, some show you the blame. I turned that envelope over in my hand, saw an address written in another state. Maybe she'll hate me, maybe she should. Maybe sorry don't repair what it could. But I ain't dying with the truth unsaid, or leaving another ghost in my stead. Old chrome shaking, new road wide, crossing my pocket, drawn inside. No promise of mercy, no guarantee, just a door somewhere waiting on me. One last match in the desert wind, for the man I was and the road I've been, for the vows I broke, for the hands I lost, for the life still left after paying the cost. Let the flame die down, let the dawn begin. I ain't the same fool who rode in when the ash falls cold and the sun breaks thin. I'll ride forward with the desert wind. In my pocket, her picture within. One last match in the desert wind. Flickering sign, coffee gone cold at the county line. A waitress wiping down an empty booth said you look like a man still running from truth. I smiled like a fool, left $1 and change, walked into a wind that remembered my name. My bike coughed smoke like an old man's prayer in the dead road quiet in the midnight air. I spent my young blood working for the night, breaking every good thing tried to make me right. Now the road keeps time with a heart gone cold, and the headlights dig through the stories I told. I'm on the graveyard shift on Highway 6, riding with the ghosts that I never could fix. Got a moon like a bullet and a tank half gone, a soul punching in till the break of dawn. Let the blacktop judge me, let the engine confess. I wear my worst nights underneath this vest, when the whole world sleeps and the lost men exist. I'm on the graveyard shift on Highway 6, night shift, Highway 6. Roll on through the mist. shop downtown could fix any motor, never let me down. I stole from his drawer for a bottle one night. He still took my call when I lost that fight. By the time I came back with my head on straight, cancer had written his closing date. He gave me his gloves, said quit wasting your breath, then laughed like a man not afraid of death. I keep those gloves folded under my seat. There's grease in the leather, his strength in me. Every time my hands grip the bars too tight, I hear him saying, brother, ride it right. I'm on the graveyard shift on Highway 6, riding with the ghost that I never could fix. Got a moon like a bullet and a tank half gone, a soul punching in till the break of dawn. Let the blacktop judge me, let the engine confess. I wear my worst nights underneath this vest, when the whole world sleeps and the lost men exist. I'm on the graveyard shift on Highway 6. At his grave where the mesquite grows, laid down a wrench and a single rose. Said, Ray, I ain't fixed, but I'm trying still. Wind rolled soft over that lonely hill. I ain't worthy of the things you gave, but I won't let your love lie down in that grave. I pulled on your gloves, let the old bike twist, and rode back out on Highway 6. One more mile, one less lie, one less bottle in the dead of night. The dawn ain't mercy, but it gives a man one more chance to do what he can. I'm on the graveyard shift on Highway 6, riding with the ghost, learning how to live. Got a moon fading out and a tank still strong. My brother in my hands as I roll toward dawn. Let the blacktop witness, let the engine confess. I carry his name underneath this vest. When the morning breaks through the smoke and mist, I'll ride out clean from Highway 6. Ray's old gloves, sun coming through. One more road, I'll ride it true. There's an iron cross on the handlebar from a roadside chapel outside Lamar. An old man handed it down to me, said even wolves need something to believe. I laughed back then, put it in my vest beside a flask and a pack of regrets. Now I catch his moonlight every night I ride, like a small piece of mercy I cannot hide. I've been running so long from the man I became, every mile only sharpens the blame. But the wind keeps saying through the engine's roar, you can lose your way and still ride forward. Iron cross on the handlebar got me through the black where the lost ones are. Got dirt on my hands, I got sin in my blood, but I ain't laying down in the devil's mud. Let the storm roll in from an iron cross on the handlebar. Right through the dark. Holds fast to that iron cross. I met a brother in a border town, leather cut, worn eyes cast down. He had his daughter's name across his arm. Said, I lost my home trying to outrun harm. We drank one round for the lies we broke, for the women who waited till the waiting was gone. By morning his bike stood cold in the rain, and another name got added to the pain. I took his patch and I took his word. Ride for the falling till your last breath burns. No angel came when he hit the ground, so I'll carry his name through every town. Cross on the handlebar got me through the black where the lost ones are. I got dirt on my hands, I got sin in my blood, but I ain't laying down in the devil's mud. Let the storm roll in, let the thunder start. I got a cracked old faith and a runaway heart. If redemption lives anywhere this far, it's hanging from an iron cross on a handlebar. Full of curses and a past that bleeds. I don't know if the dead can see how the shadows keep riding next to me. But I know this road, I know this ache, I know every promise I was too weak to make. So I grip these bars and I bow my head for the ones still living and the ones long dead. And the ones long dead. Rain on my jacket, fire in my chest. No man gets clean by avoiding the test. Tonight I stop running, tonight I stand with the weight of that cross in my shaking hand. The iron cross on the handlebar got me through the black where the lost ones are. I got dirt on my hands, I got sin in my blood, but I ain't laying down in the devil's mud. Let the storm roll in, let the thunder start. I got a cracked old faith and a runaway heart. If redemption lives anywhere this far, it's hanging from an iron cross on the handlebar. Guide me through the dark where the his jacket in a cedar bar still smell like gasoline and smoke. A silver eagle stitched on the back, a little torn where the asphalt cracked. His old keys were hanging by the door. They hadn't moved since the night before. Mama said, leave what belongs to the dead. I put the leather on instead. It fit too heavy on my shoulders at night, like a sin, like a vow, like a warning sign. I heard his voice when the engine cried, don't let this road be where courage dies. I'm riding in a dead man's leather, through the rain, through the fire, through whatever. His blood in the dust, his name in the wind. A brother don't leave when the breathing ends. Let the cold moon stare, let the black top burn. Every mile I take is a mile to earn, till the last wheel stops and the night says never. I'll be riding in a dead man's leather. Ride on, dead man's leather. Ride on, through whatever. We used to run from the county lights, two steel horses tearing up the night. He took the heat when I lost control, said a brother's word is worth more than gold. Then I drove cross lanes on a Sunday dawn. By the time I got there, he was already gone. I held his hand in the shattered glass and begged that moment not to pass. Now every engine sounds like his goodbye. Every ballroom shadow got his eyes. I got no peace, but I got this creed. A man lives on in the ones he freed. I'm riding in a dead man's leather, through the rain, through the fire, through whatever. His blood in the dust, his name in the wind. A brother don't leave when the breathing ends. Let the cold moon stare, let the black top burn. Every mile I take is a mile he earned, till the last wheel stops and the night says never. I'll be riding in a dead man's leather. His cross, laid down a flash for everything lost. Said I should have been there, should have taken your place. Then the wind hit hard against my face. Maybe the dead don't want our shame, maybe they just want us to carry the flame. So I zipped that jacket up to my throat, turned toward the dark, and let that engine spoke. I don't ride for glory, I don't ride for gold, I ride for the stories that never get told. For the men who fall, for the vows we keep, for the names we carry when the world goes to sleep. I'm riding in a dead man's leather, through the rain, through the fire, through whatever. His blood in the dust, his name in the wind. A brother don't leave spoke softly in a room painted gray. Said you got some months, maybe less if you ride. I buttoned my jacket, put the papers away. Said I've been dying slow since my brothers died. My bike sat waiting in the hospital sun, chrome catching light like a loaded gun. I coughed in my glove, tasted iron and smoke, then kicked that old engine till the silence broke. I got no children waiting at home, no woman's hand to soften my bones, just a list of names and a final ride to visit every grave before I join their side. Bury my boots by the highway, point them west where the wild wind runs. Lay my jacket down in the red dirt, let it fade beneath the burning sun. Don't dress me clean, don't speak me holy. I was rough as the road I chose. Just bury my boots by the highway where a restless old rider goes. Ride west, ride slow, lay him down where the wild winds blow. Stop was Danny beneath an oak, left him a lighter and one last smoke. An old Ray Stone on a gravel hill, I said save me a seat, I'm riding still. At sundown I reached where Maria lay, the only good woman I pushed away. Her name on marble made my knees give in. I laid down roses and confessed my sin. I said I loved you though I never stayed. I know that ain't worth the price you pay. The wind moved gently through the cemetery grass, like a hand letting go of the past. Bury my boots by the highway, point them west where the wild wind runs. Lay my jacket down in the red dirt, let it fade beneath the burning sun. Don't dress me clean, don't speak me holy. I was rough as the road I chose. Just bury my boots by the highway where a restless old rider goes. Near an old roadside bar, funny how mercy knows where you are. The owner came out, said you look unwell. I laughed, friend, I'm almost done raising hell. He brought me water, sat by my side, didn't ask the reason for tears in my eyes. I gave him my keys, said when my time is through, take her out west, let her see one more view. No fear in my chest, no debt left unpaid. I kissed every ghost that this hard road made. The horizon turned red, the engine sang low, and I felt my whole life say, it's time to go. Bury my boots by the highway, point them west where the wild wind runs. Lay my jacket down in the red dirt, let it warm beneath the setting sun. Don't dress me clean, don't speak me holy. Say I rode hard and I road behind me, I'm finally home. I kept buried inside. I got a folded note in my leather coat and a tank full of reasons not to go home. The paper said my old man passed last night. No final word, no chance to make it right. Just a graveyard time and a preacher's name, and 30 hard years of unfinished blame. He raised me with a fist and an iron stare, taught me mercy was for men too scared. I swore I'd never turn into his kind, but his shadow kept growing inside of mine. Blood moon on the county line, watching two dead hearts collide tonight. I got his rage in my veins, his curse and my name. Been riding my whole life from the same old flame. Let the red sky burn, let the church bell toll. I ain't leaving this weight in another man's soul. Before the morning comes, before the stars resign, I'll bury that fire on the county line. Bury that fire, county line. Break that chain tonight. Came down, saw black coats standing on sacred ground. My sister looked older than I remembered her, held a little boy with his grandfather stare. She said, you vanished when I needed you most. I had no answer that could bury that ghost. Then she said, that child don't need what we became. Something in me broke when she spoke his name. I stood by the casket, couldn't shed a tear. Just felt every year that I fed my fear. Laid my old man's ring in the cold wet clay. Said, what you put in me dies here today. Blood moon on the county line, watching two dead hearts collide tonight. I got his rage in my veins, his curse in my name. Been riding my whole life from the same old flame. Let the red sky burn, let the church bell toll. I ain't leaving this weight in another man's soul. Before the morning comes, before the stars resign, I'll bury that fire on the county line. Oh. Through the mud, said, Mama says you're family blood. I looked at his hands, clean and small, and saw a chance to end it all. I ain't your hero, I ain't your saint. I carry a darkness I learned to hate, but I never raised fear where love should grow, and I'll never teach you the hurt I know. Rain washed the dirt from my father's stone. First time in years I didn't feel alone. One old curse beneath the ground, one new engine turning around. Blood moon on the county line, fade with the ghosts I laid down tonight. I got his blood in my veins, but his rage ain't mine. I can choose what I carry when I cross that line. Let the red sky fade, let the church bell roll. I ain't passing that fire to another man's soul. When the morning comes and the first sun shines, I'll leave that curse on the county line. Blood moon fading, blood moon fading, black road wide. Blood moon left that fire on the county line. On the county line. Flickered in my mirror again. Cold rain falling on the outskirts of Glen. Got a leather vest and a face they know. A loaded past and nowhere slow to go. I ain't running from the badge tonight. I'm running from the hunger I learned to fight. That old pack calling from the roadside black, saying once you're ours, you always come back. We used to ride like the law was dust, built our creed on revenge and trust, but loyalty twisted into blood and lies, and I saw too many brothers lose their eyes. There are wolves at the state line calling my name, with the teeth in the night and their hearts in the flame. But I cut off my colors, I buried that sign. I ain't going back to the wolves at the state line. Let the sirens cry, let the OPEC come. I got one road left and I'm gonna run it clean. They can chase my shadow till the stars don't shine. I ain't down with the wolves at the state line. Wolves howl, state line, ride clean. This time they found me in a bar by the railroad yard. Three old faces wearing vengeance hard, said your brother's blood still owns your hand. There's a traitor breathing in another man's land. I knew that road, knew the end of that ride. A shovel, a gun, and a grave with no sign. My brother died from the life we made. I wouldn't feed his memory another grave. I set my patch on that whiskey bar, said take your war, I carried it far. The room went silent, one bottle broke. I walked through the door in the tire smoke. There are wolves at the state line calling my name, with the teeth in the night and their hearts in the flame. But I cut off my colors, I buried that sign. I ain't going back to the wolves at the state line. Let the sirens cry, let the OPEC come. I got one road left and I'm gonna run it back bikes, once my closest friends. Their leader said, choose your blood or choose your grave. I saw my brother in the life I couldn't save. I said he was more than the hay we fed, more than another body left for dead. You want my colors, take them tonight, but you don't get my soul and you don't get this life. One engine fired, then another stood down. One by one, patches hit the ground. The night went still, the wind turned clean, like even wolves get tired of bleeding. There were wolves at the state line, calling my name with their teeth in the night and their hearts in the flame. But we cut off our colors, we buried that sign. Ain't no brothers left for the wolves at the state line. Let the sirens fade, let the new dawn come. We got hard roads left, but we gonna run them clean. With the past in the dust and our lives still mine. We rode free from the wolves at the state line. Ride free, ride free. Patches in the dirt, sun starting to shine. No more wolves at the state line. There's a 9 bridge north of Baton Rouge, where the river runs black and the lights burn blue. Me and Johnny crossed it 100 times. Two young devils on borrowed lives. He kept a brass belt tied beneath his bars. Said it scared bad spirits from traveling far. The night it went down, that bell rang once, then silence rolled in like a loaded gun. I pulled that bell from his shattered frame, kept it 12 years beside his name. But a promise buried still drags a man till he finishes what his brother began. Ring that bell at Mercy Bridge for the fallen boys and the lives we live, for the whiskey nights and the vows we broke, for a brother still riding through the smoke. Let the river rise, let the cold wind roll. I got his last wish burning in my soul, till his son hears why his father never came. Ring that bell and speak his name. Ring low, river roll, ride on, brother soul. Down in Lafayette, only 2 years old when his son went black. I told myself the kid was better alone than hearing road tales from a man like me. But I found him working in a tie shop bay, same dark eyes, same crooked way. He saw that bell hanging off my machine, said my mama's got a picture of one like these. I couldn't lie, couldn't ride away. I said, son, your daddy saved my life that day. He pushed me clear when the steel came fast, and he gave you his tomorrow with his last. Ring that bell at Mercy Bridge for the fallen boys and the lives we live, for the whiskey nights and the vows we broke, for a brother still riding through the smoke. Let the river rise, let the cold wind roll. I got his last wish burning in my soul. Now his son knows why his father never came. Ring that bell and speak his name. Oh, his fist around that bell like a sacred gift. Said, take me there where my father fell. So two bikes rolled out beneath that bell at the bridge rail. He tied it down, let that brass voice shake the ground, then said, old man, you carried him far, I'll carry him now, wherever we are. River below, new engines high, one old grief finally learned to ride. The bell rang clear through the breaking dawn, like Johnny's saying, boys roll on. Ring that bell at Mercy Bridge for the fallen boys and the lives we live, for the blood we gave and the love we owe, for a father's fire in his son's soul. Let the river rise, let the cold wind roll. Some names never die on the open road. Two riders left with the flame reclaimed, while that bell kept singing Johnny's name. Mercy Bridge, a river below. Ring for my brother and let him go. Got a set of chains on the rearview glass, from a county sail and a crooked past. This swing like a warning every mile I make, for the kind of man I don't wanna wake. Did 5 hard years for a barroom fight, one bad bottle, one bloody night. A young man fell and he didn't rise. I've carried his mother in the back of my mind. They said my time was paid when the gate swung wide, but no prison holds what a man keeps inside. I rode out west with a name gone cold and a pair of chains I could never let go. I got chains on the rear view, scars on my hands, a soul doing time in a free man's lane. Every road behind me got a ghost in the lane. Every mile ahead keeps calling my name. Let the black wheels turn, let the hard truth come. I can't undo the damage that these hands have done, but I won't let the devil decide what I do while those chains keep swinging on the rear view. Chains swing low, still right through. Past ain't gone, rear view. Down the south of Abilene, blue paint fading, windows clean. Sat in the corner with my helmet down till she filled my cup and turned around. I said his name and the whole room froze. Her hand gripped hard on the coffee pot handle. I said, no words can give back your son. She said, then tell me what you done since then. I told her I ran, told her I drank, told her every road led back to that mistake. She stared to me, then spoke real slow. Living better is the only apology I need to know. I got chains on the rear view, scars on my hands, a soul doing time in a free man's land. Every road behind me got a ghost in the lane. Every mile ahead keeps calling my name. Let the black wheels turn, swinging on the rear view. When I went to leave, rain running down the dynamo key, I took those chains from the mirror frame, held them out like a piece of my shame. She closed my fist, said keep them there, not as a sentence but a reason to care. My boy is gone, you still have breath. Don't build another grave from the one that's left. I ain't innocent, I ain't clean, but I ain't only the worst I've been. I'll ride with the weight, I'll live what is true, with those chains still swinging on the rear view. I got chains on the rear view, scars on my hands, a soul walking forward in a broken man's land. Every road behind me got a ghost in the lane, but every mile ahead don't have to end the same. Let the black wheels turn, let the new dawn come. I can't undo the damage that these hands have done, but I live like a man with the dead come and do, with those chains still swinging on the rear view. Chains swing low, morning breaking through. One more road to ride true. Town under a moon gone red, with my father's curse still out in my head. He said, boy, that road will take all you want. I laughed through my teeth and I rode along. I had a girl with a cross on a chain, soft blue eyes and a heart without stain. She prayed I'd return before the winter came. I sent back silence and carried the shame. Now every motel room got a Bible drawer, every page says what I already know. There ain't no mercy in a runaway heart when it leaves good love bleeding in the dark. Saints don't ride this far into the night with whiskey breath and knuckles wide. Saints don't leave their angels crying alone, then chase their shadows down a road of stone. I got no wings, got no shining star, just an engine in the way to who we are. If heaven wants me, it knows where to start. But saints don't ride this far. Ride far, ride hard, no halo, just scars. I met a drifter at a roadside fire, gray beard shaking, eyes still tired. He said, I rode 40 years to outrun my name, but a man ain't free when he drags his chains. He held a letter with an unopened seal, said from my son, but I don't know how to feel. Then he fed it to the flame with a trembling hand, and I saw my own end in that broken man. I pulled a picture from beneath my coat, found the old address on the back she wrote. Maybe that door closed years It knows where to start, but saints don't ride this far. That house with the porch painted blue, a child's old bicycle, flowers in bloom. A man answered softly, said, "Can I help you, friend?" I saw her through the curtain, then turned again. I didn't knock, didn't call her name. Some apologies only reopen pain. So I left that cross by the mailbox light and whispered, "You deserved a better life." I ain't redeemed, I ain't made clean, but I finally faced what my leaving means. No prayer can change what these hands let fall, but a man can stop running before he loses all. Saints don't ride this far into the night with whiskey breath and knuckles wide. Saints don't leave their angels crying alone and chase their shadows down a road of stone. I got no wings, got no shining star, just an engine and a healing scar. If heaven wants me, it knows where to start, yeah. Saints don't ride this far. No halo, just skies. Crossed by the roadside, dawn in my heart. No saint behind me, just a man making a start. Through a town where I once had friends, same corner store, same railroad bend. The paint had peeled from the old pool hall. My name wasn't carved there anymore. There was a girl who knew my scars by heart, said I was born with a leaving part. I told her someday I'd circle back, then vanished west on a midnight black. Years turn a man to a stranger's face. Even memories move when you don't stay. I thought the miles would keep my legend alive, but the world rolled on while I just survived. The road won't say my name no more, won't leave a light outside my door. I gave it my blood, I gave it my youth. It took every line, left me the truth. Let the wheels run cold, let the night wind claim all the pride I carried like a burning flame. I rode for forever, but forever changed. Now the road won't say my name, no name, no home, still ride alone. At a roadside stand, silver in her hair, a ring on her hand. She looked through me first, then her eyes went wide. Said, "I heard you were dead sometime in 9 to 5. I laughed too hard, then I looked away. Said, "Death and me never fixed today." She poured me coffee He asked where I'd been. I said mostly losing what I should have kept then. A little boy called from a pickup truck. She smiled in a way that said life grew up. I wanted to tell her I still dreamed of face, but a man don't steal peace from the life he replaced. The road won't say my name no more, won't leave a light outside my door. I gave it my blood, I gave it my youth. It took every lie and left me the truth. Let the wheels run cold, let the night wind claim all the pride I carry like a burning flame. I rode for forever, but forever changed. Now the road won't say my name. Up for the road, said you don't have to keep carrying alone. I almost told her I didn't know how, almost asked if it was too late now. But her husband waved from the driver's seat, good steady man with a smile at me. So I touched my hat, said you look alright, and took my old ghost back into the night. No one stole her, and no one stole my years. I traded them myself for gears and fear. But the truth ain't cruel when you let it stay. It's the first clean side on a different way. The road won't say my name no more, but I don't need it to keep score. I gave it my blood, I gave it my youth. Tonight I ride with nothing but truth. Let the wheels turn slow, let the old wind change, let the dust fall off every borrowed name. I rode for forever till forever changed. Now I'm free. If the road forgets my name, no name behind me, no lie ahead, just a road still open and a heart not dead. Rode into Memphis with the river running high, a stolen memory and a storm in my eyes. Beale Street sleeping under blue neon rain. Same old corner, still remember my shame. There was a club in an alley where the back doors breathe, where I made one promise I was too weak to keep. A brother named Ellis took a fall meant for me, while I rode out west pretending I was free. He did 8 hard years with his mouth shut tight, never gave my name, never asked me to ride. Now I got his release date burned in my vest, and a dead no highway ever laid to rest. I got a midnight dead in Memphis. lay it down. Memphis town, no more running, turn around. I parked by the gate at 9:15, held his old helmet from another life. When he stepped outside with a gray in his beard, he looked right through me like I wasn't there. I said, Ellis, I know what I stole. He lit up a smoke, said you stole more than roads. My little boy grew while I learned prison walls. My woman quit coming after my 3rd year gone. I reached for the keys to take what is mine. He said, a bike don't replace no lost time. You wanna pay something and stand where I stand and help me remember I still am a man. I got a midnight dead in Memphis town, a brother I buried while he still walked around. Got his time on my conscience, got his blood in my pride, and no more empty road where a coward can hide. Let the river roll black, let the thunder begin. I can't buy back years, but I can face my sin with his cold eyes open and the truth coming down. I pay my midnight debt in Memphis town. Sons apart on the south side of town. We stayed on that sidewalk, couldn't make a sound. I said, nah, brother. He shook his head, said, what does a father say when his boy thought him dead? I said, tell him the truth, don't dress it in gold. Tell him you're sorry and you're trying to hold. That door swung open, a young man stood still and said, Dad. And the whole night healed. I stood in the rain outside their embrace, felt some old iron fall out of place. A dead ain't ended when a man says his name, but tonight I stopped adding more weight to the chain. I had a midnight dead in Memphis town, a brother I buried while he still walked around. Got his years on my conscience, got truth by my side, and I'll spend what remains helping men what I denied. Let the river roll on, let the stormwater cleanse. Some debts never vanish, but a man can make amends. When the sunrise broke over that rain-washed ground, I faced my midnight debt in Memphis town. Stand your ground, stand your ground. Beside, debt still heavy, but no place to hide.